Hello everyone, my name is Demetrius Mack, and welcome to the Nintendo Switch reveal, my reaction to it and what my thoughts about. And today we're going to just get into what this presentation was all about on Thursday. Now I will note a disclaimer, at the time of this video being released, it will probably be after the fact of the Friday meet in New York. That is after the primary launch of this thing. So some of the information in this, I don't know, it possibly could be outdated by the time this is released, so I do apologize for that in advance. But without further ado, I want to get started on what I want to talk about here, because this is a very passionate subject of mine. Nintendo has been very near and dear to my heart as a gamer for as long as I can know, and I really want them to bounce back. And there's a few things that I think that they've done to help their stride, and a few things that I think that it just seems kind of repetitive and kind of just the same old Nintendo. So let's start off with the pricing. The pricing, I think, is at a fair price. I think $299, $99 for, in the U.S. it's $299 in the yen. I think it's going to be $299, around that price across the globe. And I think that is actually a pretty fair price based on what this system is capable of, even though there's some technical things that we don't know yet. And again, this is before the meet on Friday. So they could have explained that by now, but as of right now, it's something I'm going to talk about a little bit later on in this video, some of the technical specs, or lack of. The next thing I really want to jump in is the lifespan of the system. The lifespan of the system seems to be about 2 to 6 hours, depending on where you're at, if you're using it mobile or whatever. And I think that's a alright lifespan. I think it could have maybe pushed for a little bit more, but that's one of the things I wanted to talk about and wanted to really know Nintendo, and they didn't explain it. Is like they didn't tell us anything technical. They didn't tell us anything about what SD cards you could use. They didn't tell us anything about the processing power. They didn't tell us anything about the output. They didn't tell us anything about the processor. Nothing. I mean, they didn't tell us anything. And it's gonna be hard, Nintendo. I'm sorry, but it's gonna be really hard to sell a system to people when you don't know what's inside of it. I mean, I'm just gonna be frank. You don't know what's inside of the system, and you just go over, oh, it's got all this cool software. Oh, look at these games. Look at these games that are coming. And it's like, okay, well, how's it going to look? Is it going to look up to date to what we're expecting in today's day and age? I don't know. And I'm really eager to find out. So hopefully they release more of that on Friday's meet. And now the launch games. The launch games didn't really excite me, except for Zelda Breath of the Wild. That was really, really the thing that a lot of people were hoping it would launch with. And it is launching with. And also the good thing is I believe it's going to launch with the Wii U. So therefore, people who still own a Wii U will not have to go out and rush. If you don't have the money for it, you will not have to go out and rush and buy a Nintendo Switch just to play this game, like a lot of people are really anticipating for. A lot of people are anticipating this game. The only thing is I feel like it was a short time in development, and it could be rushed. I don't know. It could be rushed. That's the only thing I'm a little bit timid or a little bit scared on here, is this thing is going to be a little bit rushed and might not be as complete as it can be. On top of that, the other game that is launching is 1-2 Switch, and it to me, I'm going to be playing that. I know a lot of people, I feel like, are going to look at that and be like, this doesn't look like the most appealing launch game, but we'll accept it. But for me, I feel like I'm going to have a blast. I'm going to be playing that game actually on this channel, which I'll talk about a little bit later. I'll be playing games like that on my channel with my buddies and stuff. I'm really looking forward to stuff like that. I think that's going to be really awesome. And then we have the Skylanders game, and then Just Dance 2017. I don't know how I really feel about how that lineup. Let's be real. One of the things that was the bane of the existence of the Wii U was the lack of launch titles that they had. The lack of launch titles that they had was pretty bad, and people were like, well, this is kind of a crappy launch, and it didn't really do its selling point that it should have. And I'm afraid that could be the case here, because there are games that came out, and there are games that they debuted, like that Mario Odyssey game, that 3D Mario game just looks amazing. I mean, it just looks amazing, and I was watching it, and I'm like, this is not on the launch date? Why is this not being released with this? Like, this is amazing. I feel it would help sell just that many more. At the very least, it's not going to hurt. So I feel like they might have missed something big here with that game not being released, because that Mario game looks freaking amazing. The Zelda game looks freaking amazing. If you have those two at launch, I think you would have a pretty, maybe a completely happy fan, but you'd have a happier fan base, in my opinion, than what you're probably going to get out right now. Because right now, it's pretty much just Breath of the Wild. Let's just be real. On top of that too, Splatoon 2 looks really fun. Splatoon 2 looks really fun. Me, myself, I was not a personal owner of the Wii U, so I did not get to own it myself, but I have friends that I have played tons and tons and tons of hours on it, so I've got to experience it. They're re-releasing Mario Kart 8, which is kind of a middle finger to the Wii U owners, but you know what? For me, I'm excited about that. And there are a couple of games that are coming out this year, a few games that are coming out this year that I'm excited for. And which brings me into my next subject, which is the third-party support, which is also a big part of why the Wii U fell behind, is because it had no third-party support. All right, now we know games like Skyrim are going to be on this system that have been confirmed. They've confirmed that. There's games like EA has announced that FIFA is also going to be on the Nintendo Switch, which for a lot of people, hardcore Nintendo fans, Nintendo's core base is probably not that excited about it. But for people who actually want to play, hardcore FIFA fans, actually have a chance to play it on the go now, which I think is actually really cool. If you're a huge FIFA fan, you're probably like, hey, kudos to you for getting this out there. And then we're going to be waiting to see how, just like the other companies are going to be waiting to see how well this thing does before they start in development for these other types of games. And there's a whole bunch of games in like that little montage that they showed. And they're pretty much just, hoping for the best here. As am I. I'm hoping for the best here, and I'm hoping that this third-party support thing with this Nintendo Switch really does some good here and really elevates it to that third console. And it's not just going to be, Sony or Microsoft. It's going to be Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, which is what I freaking wanted for so dang long. They've fallen off so hard, and I just really want them to get back to that point. Point blank period. I want them to get back to that point. As for the motion controls, that you said, are we over motion controls yet? I want to know, are we really over? Because I think so. They're really trying to use that as a selling point with their new ARMS game, the new Punch game that they got, and the 1-2 switch. I think they're really trying to sell us that. And I got to be completely honest, I'm not really sold on something like that. I don't really believe in that. I'm okay with it, but it's not something that I'm over the top of. There was no mention of VR. But then again, as I said, they could mention this in the Friday. They could have mentioned this in the Friday meeting. I could be out of date. I could be eating my own damn words right now. But as of the launch on Thursday, as of the reveal on Thursday, there was no mention of VR. So, just going to keep my head up for that and look out and see if anything pops up with that. One of the things that I really, really hope for this Nintendo is I want my own Nintendo account. I want my own Nintendo account where I can have my games digitally stored to my account just in case anything happens to my fucking hardware or anything happens to the system in general. I want to have an account where I can tether all that shit together and I can just re-download it back to a new system. That way, if my system breaks, well, there goes all my save and game data down the fucking drain and I don't have anything to show for it. So Nintendo, please, please, please. Please, just give us some sort of Nintendo account, like a PlayStation Plus, like an Xbox Live. Just give us something, please. Just please, I'm begging you. So, really, overall, I think this is a nice piece of hardware. It's got a lot more to do before it really just overwhelms. It really steps up to that third plate, that third competitor, with the big boys at Microsoft and Sony. But I think they've made great strides. I think they've made a really great stride so far. This looks like a very impressive piece of hardware. We're just waiting on a few more things to be confirmed. And ultimately, we're waiting for the launch date. We're waiting to see how this thing actually turns out when it gets here. And I'm looking forward to that day. I'm looking forward to that day a lot. So, hey, March the 3rd cannot get here any sooner. And another hope of mine that I want to, and this really doesn't have to do anything with the reveal, but Nintendo has, for those of you who do not know, Nintendo has that bargaining agreement, or whatever the fuck they have with YouTube, where YouTubers who make money, monetize videos, cannot play anything Nintendo. There's a lot of passionate gamers out there, a lot of passionate people who grew up with Nintendo who want to play these games, but they simply cannot because they're not going to go through that tedious bullshit process where you go through it and you fill out some bullshit form where you get scraps off their plate for monetizing anyways. Like, nobody has time for that. Nobody wants to do that. And people are not going to just do that for free. If you're making a living off these videos, of course. You're not going to just sit down and do this for free and have Nintendo just basically bitch you out of all of your money. But for me, someone who is not monetizing his videos currently, and someone who is appealing to a small market right now, you can best believe that these games will be going up on my channel, folks. You best believe that I will 110% be showing these games to you. I don't have a problem as long as they don't copyright strike my stuff. They'll just monetize off my videos. Big whoop, you know. But for me, it's no problem at all. It's no problem at all. But I think it sucks that bigger YouTubers out there have to go through this. Really can't bring the joy out there of getting this game across to other people. When, in all honesty, in all complete honesty, I think it would just help each other. Not that Nintendo needs these YouTubers to do this thing, but the fact that they could simply just use they could use like a big YouTuber like a Markiplier or a Jacksepticeye or PewDiePie or whatever, Vanos Gaming. They could use those guys and get these games out there, get that publicity. You can ask the creator of was it Scott Hawthorne, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's? That publicity is huge. I mean, that publicity is huge. Getting this publicity from people playing this game, getting your product out there is very huge. And I think YouTubers and YouTube would only be a big help to that. But that's just my opinion on that matter. You know, Nintendo's obviously doing fine as they are right now. But I just think it'd be a really cool thing if they actually took that whole little agreement thing that they have with YouTube off and they let YouTubers do what they do best, which is bring entertainment and joy to you guys' favorite games out there. So that's all I got for this video, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about this reveal? What do you guys think they can do right? What do you guys think that they need to improve on? Do you think I was spot on with some of my analysis here? Do you think I was wrong about some of my analysis? Just let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you guys. And with that being said, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. By the way, more content like this will be coming up. More news, reaction type videos will be coming up on Saturdays to fill that gap of my series, of my fantasy football series ending. So I'll be coming out with videos like this more than likely every Saturday instead of that. So make sure to check these out every Saturday or Sunday. And with that being said, and with that being said a lot, but with that being said, that concludes all I got for you guys. And I will see you all in the next video. Until then, I'm Demetrius Mack, and I'm out. Peace.